My name is Tim and Elizabeth. We are, she's a associate social work professor at University of Michigan, Flint. I'm retired from day job work, and I get to run a community garden project at a local Boys and Girls Club. So this presentation is about our project, our Peace Cranes and Peace Gardens project at the Boys and Girls Club in Flint, Michigan, where a lot of people know the municipal water has been poisoned by lead. And I was very mindful of that when I took a drink out of that fountain out there in the hall. Maybe some of you drank from it, and you probably weren't worried about whether it had a lead filter on it or not, but that's our reality in Flint, Michigan. We don't drink from public water places. That's part of the unpeace that we're experiencing in Flint, and our project is trying to address that. So our approach is peace in the community through art, the origami peace crane folding. Peace in the community through growing our own food. So what if nearest grocery store is 12 miles away, got this awesome community garden full of vegetables and things I'm going to eat tonight. So I'll feel less grumbling in my stomach at night and more peaceful going to sleep, that sort of thing. It's really a complex and very viable way of bringing life and peace to a community. So I'll flip through some slides here of our original, our prototype, if you will. When we lived in Dubuque, Iowa, we had a group of kids at the Boys and Girls Club there who inaugurated the first Peace Cranes class. This was without the gardening part of it. We just did the cranes. And those are some of the kids. In fact, they got invited to our wedding, and they got all dressed up and everything. It was so cool. Major finding from 2005 pilot project there in Dubuque. What is peace from a child's perspective? Peace is when I stop thinking about food and start thinking about living. When we first excuse me, it still chokes me up. When we first heard it that way, it just went off like a bomb with us. Kids equating peace with food. We didn't see that coming. So we got real excited about dealing with issues of food security with this project. Then we transferred the program to Flint, Michigan in 2011, new ground. And actually, literally, you can see there's a Native American medicine wheel there. We took this space, which had been a two-green putt-putt golf course. They dug it up, and we turned it into a medicine wheel, a circular shaped garden, which was part of a vision I had, but turned out traditionally. We Native Americans teach our people how to farm in circular spaces. It's part of the Wheel of Life. Peace Cranes and Peace Gardens project, just to highlight a couple of things. The primary goal, creative, earth-friendly, and peace teaching after-school program for children is to strengthen children's capacity for peacemaking to their communities. It integrates community gardening, interdependence, development in peace literacy activities, and collaborative skill building, group work. When these kids are working, especially in the gardens, for example, they've got to cooperate with one another. They have different jobs to do, but it's all one garden project. And it's the same with the Peace Cranes folding aspect of this as well. Some kids pick it up faster than others, so we have other kids who've got it to help the ones that are still struggling with the techniques. And then peace literacy is defined as understanding, communicating, and demonstrating peace in community, schools, and family. So some highlights of the actual gardening aspect of this thing. We would start out walking the path of the medicine wheel before we got into the garden per se and did the weeding and the planting and the watering and so on. We taught the kids how to water low and slow. You know, initially they just took the can and it was like the water was running everywhere. Bless their hearts, they meant well, but the plants weren't really getting what they needed, so we had to teach them patience, I guess you'd say. We had sort of a division of labor, and the kids, most of them would volunteer for weeding, believe it or not. And we called them weed warriors. But they did the watering, and even had some litter bugs. They were the ones that got to pick up the litter that collected around the place. How many more till we reach 1,000? You know, it's always with a kid. Are we there yet? So just to show you an example of a completed project, this is the most recent Tree of Peace, it's called. It's on display in the bus terminal downtown Flint next to a statue of Rosa Parks, who's just to the side of it. And so there's tons of people coming through there every day that see this. This particular display was created by prison inmates in a nearby prison facility of Flint that Elizabeth did just this summer. So that's pretty cool. When those guys get out of prison, they'll come downtown and they'll be able to tell people, I helped do that. The power of art. Then in the summer of 2012, which was the second year, we put up a high tunnel hoop house. And it's like a portable greenhouse, right? And so it just, I mean, you can just sneeze in the place and stuff grows in there. It's very lush environment.
I'm going to quickly go through the next.
Okay.
Because we're time.
Got it. You bet.
So the next is children's art, what peace meant to them. I'm going to go through them quickly. This young person chose words that writing, the lunchroom, and the bus are not peaceful. Peace feels good to this young one. Giving to others is peaceful. They identified people that needed the interdependence part. Watching TV together, meaning family time, increased family interaction. And this one was powerful and profound. This young person depicted the two families that she belonged to, and she was coming to terms with a divorce. Okay. These are major findings about what does peace mean to children. You have a much more detailed description of the actual research in the handouts that I gave you. These are just highlights of the emerging theory. That children know what peace is through what they experience. That I know that makes sense developmentally. Social interaction is the vehicle by which children create peace. Peace is present in the children's lives when there's an increase in interaction among their family members. And food insecurity and hunger remain critical themes, at least for the children in Flint. The implications for social justice work is that group work is a powerful, powerful way to work with kids that are disadvantaged or come from disadvantaged backgrounds. There still is a glaring lack of services and programs for families that are coordinated. And then the last piece, most recently, is the organic gardening component, which emphasizes education, knowledge, skills, and values. And our focus this year in the gardens has been identifying those plants that have vitamin C, iron, and calcium, which mitigate the lead intake in the blood. That's what we've been focusing on, because what children learn, they take back to their families. And so we will leave you with...
There's a piece quotation there, and miigwech, which is thank you in Ojibwe. Look forward to the Q&A at the end.